Well, hello. How nice of you to join me. Welcome back, or welcome to, if you haven't been. Quick rundown. I sit down after watching a movie and ramble on about it. No plan. Just sit here, press record, one take, boom. That's the channel. Anyway, what did I watch today? I watched Another Me, which is a film which is starring Sophie Turner, who you may know from Game of Thrones as Sansa Stark, about a doppelganger, essentially. So, yeah, let's get into it. But first, of course, spoiler alert, you know the drill. I will be talking about the film, things that happen in the film, yada, yada, yada. So you've been warned. If you don't want to be spoiled, you can skip ahead to the little timestamp on the bottom that'll say, you know, thoughts or the rating or whatever you want to skip ahead to. Doesn't really matter. If there are spoilers in there, I will try to give you a heads up. Anyway, shall we begin? So, we've got our first scene. We see a woman in an alley getting the shit kicked out of her. And we've got Sophie Turner, our main character, goes by the name of Faye, who's like stumbling through this alleyway, and she's got like bare feet. She's in like a nightgown or something. Doesn't really play any relevance to the movie at all, this scene. I'll just give you a heads up. But anyway, when she gets close to the girl getting her ass kicked, it's her. So turns out she's been having nightmares for however long, and it's like kind of backstory in there. Her father is diagnosed with multiple sclerosis a while back, so it's been a little bit rough with that. There's a little bit of a monologue going where... Okay, I'll be honest, like, I think they're trying to make you think, oh, it's her talking, but it's like so obviously like the other thing. Anyway, it's like, your pain gives me strength, and soon I'll replace you, and nobody will ever know you're gone. And then at that point, you know right away, okay, yeah, it's obviously like the doppelganger thing talking. Anyway, we cut ahead to school where there's a drama class, and she's in there, and they're naming off all the people that are going to be playing the lead roles and whatnot for a school presentation of Macbeth. And she nails the position of Lady Macbeth. Hooray, that's a big role. So good for her. And then this other girl is named as her understudy, and this other girl obviously doesn't really care for that too much. So that's fun. Anyway, they leave, and this understudy, who goes by the name of Monica, confronts her outside as like, yeah, you know, you literally just got that part because your dad's dying, right? It's like, okay, harsh. Anyway, they kind of ignore her. So she parts way with her friends, and she's heading home, and there's like a little shadow figure. It's like the first precursor of, oh no, some shit's going down, right? Anyway, she gets home, and she's all super warm to her dad. She's like, oh, I got the part, etc. Oh, that's great, sweetie, you know, blah, 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 blah. And the mom comes home, and she's all of a sudden just super cold to her mom. And I was like, oh, how was your day? Good. And the dad's like, well, why don't you tell your mom the good news? And she's like, why don't you tell her? And then she gets up and leaves. And it's like, okay, so something is obviously awry here. Is awry a word? I don't even know. Anyway, something's up. She doesn't like mom for some reason, right? Well, I guess we'll find out. Anyway. Then we get another monologue over top of her, you know, brushing her hair or doing whatever she's doing. I don't remember what she's doing specifically, but I've waited long time, so long, blah, 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 blah. And the doppelganger going on and on again. And then as she moves from the mirror, you see her face in the mirror appear, another her, another me, you know. It's the title, right? So there you go. So there's our introduction to the whole concept of the film. And essentially we go through the film with more of that. So there's a neighbor in the elevator. She's claiming that she saw Faye take the stairs, and she's like, yeah, I always take the elevator since we moved here. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Anyway, she's an old lady, so you think, okay, maybe she's, you know, old and confused, whatever. But no, she definitely takes the elevator. Anyway, it's stuck, and she takes it down, and it kind of half-ass works. There's the whole thing with the elevator being broken. It does come into play, but I mean, whatever. She sees some graffiti. It says, I'm here, and she takes a picture of it, and that's pretty ominous. I wonder who that could be, right? Anyway, takes a picture of it, and she's a photographer too, so you see her taking pictures throughout the film, etc., etc. At the rehearsal, she's having a little bit of a rough time. And I think the drama teacher says, like, to check out some DVD or something of someone who did the role, and, you know, it's really good. Like, check it out. You'll like it. It's like, okay. And as she's leaving... she starts freaking out. The lights start flickering in the school, and she hears like footsteps or whatever, and she starts running, and someone's chasing her, whole deal. She bursts in together, and she's freaking out, and all of her classmates come in behind her, and they're like, "Are you okay? Oh my god!" She's like, "Someone was chasing me." And they're like, "Okay, where did she go?" "She was behind me." Nope. So that's fun. Anyway, that's it. So she gets driven home with mom, and she's still rude and cold to her mom. Why? We will find out, right? Anyway, but we don't find out yet. So later she's looking at her pictures, and she's going through them, and she sees the one with the graffiti that says "I'm here," and she looks, and there's like a shadow that she didn't see before, I guess, from like slightly at an angle behind her. So she's all like, "Oh my god." So she thinks that someone is following her at this point. There's this whole thing where she basically thinks that it's like Monica just messing with her because she's mad that she didn't get the part or something. Anyway, she goes to rehearsal, and she's doing a little bit better, but still not phenomenal. As she's driving home, her mom picks her up or whatever, and she passes a bus stop, and she looks, and there's a woman standing at the bus stop that looks like her. I don't know if it registers fully in her head, but like at this part, I don't think she's fully seeing like herself. But maybe this is the first sign, and she's just kind of like, "That was strange." Anyway, there's some weird noises in the elevator, and she like sees a reflection sort of in the elevator metal, but like it doesn't move with her or something. So she's kind of a little freaked out a little bit, right? She gets home anyway, and I guess it's, you push this stuff behind you. You get a little bit scared of something, and you're like, whatever, I'm just like seeing things or something. I'm stressed out. My life is rough right now. My dad has MS. That's not easy. Anyway, there's a scene with her mom, and she's like going out, and the dad's like, "Oh, are you going out with your friends?" And she's like, Yep. "Is that okay? I can stay here if you want." He's like, No, you should go. So anyway, she goes out, and Faye's not impressed. And she's looking out the window as the mom goes to this red car and gets in it and starts making out with the guy in it. And it turns out her dad is also watching out the window. So he's been aware of this the whole time. Faye, not so much, I guess. So that's why she's even more... I don't know if she had like the feeling of it or something, but whether this confirmed it or if this was the first time. I mean, it would make more sense if it confirmed it because of like the coldness. So that explains that, I'm assuming. So anyway, that explains why she's pissed off at her mom. Anyway, next morning, she hears her dad talking to someone. She comes out, and it's like, "Oh, is mom here?" "No, she left for work. I heard talking." Your dad's like, "Oh, that was the radio." "Oh, okay, bye." And then as she closes the door, we pan out to the dad, and the dad's just like, "Bye." And then there's another girl standing right by the dad that has the same like reddish Sophie Turner hair going on. So that's fun. So is dad aware? We'll find out that too, don't worry. Anyway, says good morning to the neighbor, and the neighbor's like, "Are you messing with me? I literally just saw you leave down the stairs." And she's like, "What?" "Yeah, don't like play games. I'm old, but I'm not crazy." So, okay, that's concerning. So she quickly runs down the stairs, and as she opens the door and is going down the stairs, she sees just the glimpse of someone going down the stairs. So clearly there was someone messing with her. Again, she's adding that to fuel, thinking, okay, is this Monica girl so obsessed with me that she's, just whatever, being a biatch and messing with my life? And just, I don't know what the point of her imitating her would be, or like whatever, but that's what she's thinking right now, because you're not going to think right away, "Oh, it's a doppelganger," right? You're not going to, that's not the first thing that pops in your mind. So fair enough, she chased them, and then there's like echoey voices, like she's like calling out to her, and it's like saying the things back to her in like a weird echoey voice or whatever. So that's kind of messed up. And she bursts outside, and there's a woman smoking. She's like, "Did you see her?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, "Did you see the girl that just ran out?" She's like, "Nobody came out." No, literally, like she would have run right past you. I don't know what to tell you, lady. So that's more fun. Anyway, she decides to cut her hair for whatever reason. So that's fun. And her friend's like, what did you do to your hair? And she's like, somebody's pretending to be me and stalking me. And the friend's like, oh my god, is it Monica? And then she's like, yeah, she's like everywhere. Okay, so it's confirmed, sort of. It's Monica, right? So anyway, mom picks her up and they go to like her dad's like aquasize thing or something, and the mom's like, tell me what's going on. And she tells her mom, like, basically, this is the first time we've seen her open up to her mom, and she says basically like, I've been seeing this person that looks like me. And the mom's like, oh. And I don't know what makes her tell her this right away, but she ends up telling Faye that she was an identical twin, and at birth only one of them survived and the other one was lost due to complications. And she's like, oh. Anyway, this other twin, they called her Layla, for that's, I guess, important. Anyway, she's shopping with her mom and seem to be getting along, and they finally have a heart-to-heart and about the cheating thing. She's like, yeah, I'll break it off. Okay, good. It's the whole thing. Like, she first confronts Faye and is like, why are you acting like this? You're being so like cold and everything. And it's like, your dad doesn't need this right now. And then she calls her out right away, and obviously it's like, yeah, cheating, hello. And then mom's like, fuck, you don't understand like how, you know, things aren't just simple like that. She's like, they're as simple as you make it. And then, yeah, okay, so anyway, she goes and she breaks it off with this guy, whoever she's seeing in this car. Both Faye and Dad are watching through the window as she goes to the car, spends like a half a minute in there, and leaves the car and comes back inside. So all's well that ends well, I guess. Anyway, so that's fun. Oh, she has a coffee date with this guy. I'm just gonna call him Dreamboat because I don't remember his name, but she's all like googly-eyed about him. So she has a coffee date with Dreamboat and kind of tells him all this stuff that's going on. He's like, okay. I don't know if he's going okay because like he believes her or he just kind of like wants her or something. I don't know. He seems like a genuine dude though, so we'll say, I guess he's like, are you okay, kind of believes her, not necessarily 100% what you're saying is exactly factually what happened type believes her. Anyway, he walks her home and she finds her dad falling off the wheelchair, and finds a picture of like the sonogram of her and her like twin sister and posts it in her room. And then Dreamboat comes over and is looking at all her pictures, and okay, confirmed you have a twin. That's intense, whatever. Anyway, that's all like that. Finds a picture, etc. Next day, she goes into the school and the drama teacher stops her and, oh shit, that's right. Okay, so she sees she sees the drama teacher's car and then puts two and two together and realizes, oh shit, that's who mom was cheating on dad with. Okay, not good. So drama teacher tries to get her attention and she just kind of like blows him off, and he's like, hey, I saw you in the parking lot, like I waved, you didn't wave back, why didn't you wave? It's like, I literally didn't even come through the playground area, I came through the front entrance. So, oh, okay, it must have been Monica, I guess. I don't know, all these kids. And right away that clicks in her head, like, okay, because Monica had the same hair as her initially, the long hair, and then when she cut her hair, lo and behold, she goes into the playground and sees Monica standing there with her hair, and she's like, I'm Faye, I just need attention or whatever, and all this stupid bullshit. And obviously Faye just knocks her the fuck down, starts wailing on her, and it's like, you know, stop messing with me, alright? Teachers break it up and she gets pulled to the principal's office or whatever, and she says, like, listen, this girl is like imitating me and like messing with my life essentially. You know, it's even to the point where this morning Mr. whatever the fuck drama teacher guy's name was thought that she was me when I came in through the front entrance and he saw her in the playground. And then this guidance counselor is like, so yeah, she didn't go through the playground, she came in early today through the front entrance also, so that wasn't her in the playground. So it's like, oh my god, what's going on now, right? What's what kind of crazy stuff is happening? Anyway, that's great. She has a conversation with Dreamboat there. It's like, everyone thinks I'm crazy, and they have a little chat, and then they make out, because that's what you do, obviously, when, you know, if your drama partner is going crazy, you make a move. That's just the rule, apparently, right? So good guy. Debatable, but whatever. whatever, they're into each other and they make out and all that stuff. And then there's this whole montage of them like kissing in the rehearsal area behind like a set piece, and then on the pier. And then on the pier they're kissing in like some glass cracks and like a shadow. So, oh no, the doppelganger person is watching her or something. Anyway, she comes up with this theory, tells him this whole thing of like basically, you know, I had a twin and etc. And well, he saw the sonogram, so she already told him this, but I forgot to mention it. I had a twin, and you know, my mom says maybe I'm only seeing her because of what's happening to my dad. The grief is like making me remember her or something. Really, like, kind of, I don't know how you come to that conclusion, but that's what it is. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, and then they bang, obviously, while her mom is taking her dad to the hospital and receiving some relatively bad news. They're all snuggled in a bed, all naked, so that's fun. Anyway, she comes home and has a little bit of a thing with dad, and dad confesses, like, listen, you're not crazy, I see her too. And she's like, what? He tells her the whole story about how there's an alleyway that has been in Faye's dreams, like the one at the beginning where she sees herself getting shit kicked. It's in that alley, and this is where her mom like had like afterbirth come out or something, and like she was taken to the hospital, and the dad had to sign off like on basically like, we can save one of your daughters and your wife, or all three of them will die. So he signed it off, and he didn't tell her because he didn't want her to live with that guilt, and he would just take it to his grave or whatever, and all this convoluted stuff. But anyway, he sees his ghost daughter too, and she's like, okay, well, I know how to stop her. And he's like, no, you don't understand. I'm not enough for her anymore. Like, before, me and her talking was enough to keep her calm, but now she wants to be you. She wants to take your life. So, not a doppelganger, but a ghost baby twin that has aged up with the other twin that was alive. Okay, sure. Anyway, she's like, no, I'm gonna stop him. His dad's like, no, like, listen to me, you can't look at her. If you look at her, she'll, like, you're dead or you're done, and she'll take over you or whatever. I don't know, something. Anyway, she doesn't listen to dad, and she runs off. I mean, I would probably listen to dad because he's admitting he's seeing her. He might know more about her than, like, you know, I would, but whatever. She runs off to this alleyway, and she calls out. She's like, I know you're in here. And lo and behold, there she comes. She's like, haha, look at me. It's like, leave my family alone. Leave Brittany alone. You know that deal. And, wow, I'm so good at this. Yeah, basically it cuts out when she's, like, saying, look at me or whatever. And they're, like, face to face. And then it cuts. And I mean, okay, let's be real. We all know what happened at this point. It's very obvious, but we go into the, oh, what happened, you know, pretending not to know thing. At school, and she's like, can you call in sick? No, that was a scene before. So she actually went and there's a car crash. Oh my god, I'm skipping things. Okay, so before she confronts her and her dad and all, there's a car crash. It turns out that her teacher that was cheating on the mom is in the hospital, and so basically her mom lied and didn't break it off with the teacher or whatever, and the mom's fine, and the paramedic says that there's a woman, she went home and all this stuff. So she tells her mom to call in sick for her because she's not feeling good. Doesn't tell her mom she knows, and goes to the hospital and sees the guy and is like, okay, you're dead. Anyway, then she comes home and has a conversation with her dad, and then she goes and confronts her ghost self and whatever, all that crap. Blah. Oh my god. Okay, so where'd I leave off? Oh yeah, she comes home, and it turns out that her dad, like, when he was calling out to her, like, no, he, like, went to go follow her, but he's in a wheelchair, and he ended up going down the lift that was broken, and somehow that killed him. He died in it. I guess it, like, fell or something, and so dad's dead, and when she comes home, she sees mom crying and everything, and it's just, you know, not super fun. Anyway, life goes on. The Macbeth play happens, and she kills it, and she's in the... I forgot another part. God damn it. Okay, so when she's in the guidance counselor or principal's office, when she got in shit for beating the hell out of Monica, she, like, cuts her hand. She's like, haha, well, now they'll know. Anyway, obviously, psycho problems, sends her to the nurse, whatever, gets it stitched up. Anyway, the nurse is like, this is gonna leave a scar, and she's like, good, at least they'll be able to tell us apart, whatever, like I just said. Anyway, cut to where the hell I left off when it's the Macbeth play, and in the changing room she takes the bandage off, and oh my god, no scar, so I guess it's the doppelganger ghost girl, whatever. And then you hear like monologue over it saying, you will disappear and no one will know it, and then that's the end of the movie. So the ghost doppelganger twin dead baby sister won. That was another me. Yeah. So what did I think? Well, it wasn't very good. If that explanation, if you watched it and listened to me ramble on, it wasn't very good. It had a lot of tropes that were very cliche, like the whole, well, I can't say what they were, but if you listened to me, you would have heard exactly what happened in the story. A lot of things that happen, and I've seen dozens of times in movies similar to this, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, I mean, that's appropriate if, the whole concept of the film is a doppelganger, and it kind of makes sense, right? So I guess good on you for that, but I wouldn't be proud of that. That's very meta or tongue-in-cheek or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, let's talk about this film a little bit. So we got Sophie Turner, who's an okay actress, very, very decent in Game of Thrones. I had no issues with her there. In this, she's okay. Not great, but not bad. Like, she's probably one of the better actors in the film, I guess. But I mean, not every scene is super believable, but a lot of that could go with like the script and the story too. So I'm not gonna throw tomatoes at Sophie. She did what she could with what she had, which was a mediocre script for a mediocre movie. But again, it wasn't like the worst thing in the history of time. Like, honestly, the story was worse than her acting. So there's that. Well, let's talk about the story. Again, pretty predictable, pretty cliche. Not really anything new that I haven't seen before in a much higher budget, better film. So that's something. What was good about the film? Let's talk about some good things about the film. It was a cool idea. I mean, there aren't a lot of films about body snatchers or doppelganger things or whatever, so that's good that there's another one, I guess. But I mean, like I said, most of the other films that I've seen that go this route have done it significantly better, so I don't really have a lot of good things to say about it, in all honesty. And again, nothing against Sophie. I'm sure she's a decent enough actress. What have I seen her in other than this? I saw her in that X-Men movie. She was alright. She was good in Game of Thrones. I liked her in that. I don't know. I haven't seen her in enough to judge her as an actress, but this was not one of her strong performances. Oh, I hate being mean to movies, because someone worked on this and put a lot of time into it and everything, and it was their passion project, and I don't want to just sit here shitting on it constantly, but I genuinely don't really have much good to say about it. Should you watch it? I would say don't worry about it, honestly. I'm not sitting here regretting the fact that I watched it, but I'm also never watching it again, and if I hadn't watched it, I would be just as fine with my life as I am now, so take that for what it is. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about it, honestly. Just it's a whatever movie. So, what am I gonna rate it? It wasn't bad enough to give an abysmal mark, but I don't want to pass it either. So, I mean, I'm not even gonna get creative with decimals. I'm just gonna give it a 4 because that's what it is. I mean, it's not worth the creativity of figuring out that 10th, 100th, and 1000th decimal place that I usually do. So it's a 4. That's it. That's the end of it. I wouldn't bother watching it. If you're really, really curious, I think you can probably find it on streaming somewhere, like Daily Motion or Put Locker or something if you're really curious. Or you can rent it on Apple, but I wouldn't pay money for it. So there you go. That's my review of Another Me, and we'll call it. Take her easy. Bye.